Welcome to the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, your trusted source for expert guidance on aging safely and independently. Whether you're a caregiver, a family member, or a senior looking to stay secure at home and beyond, we've got you covered. From fall prevention and home modifications to financial safety and scam awareness, we provide practical tips to help you or your loved ones live with confidence. Tune in and empower yourself with the knowledge you need to navigate the challenges of aging. Let's make safety simple.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Senior Safety Advice Podcast. Today I wanted to talk to you about being safe online, internet safety tips. And the reason that I want to mention that, we all know that there's a lot of fraud and scams out there. But once you know the numbers, that really can impact you get you to take some action and keep yourself safe as possible. In 2024, last year, there were about 16.6 billion, that's billion, dollars lost to scams and fraud online. That's a 33% jump from the year before. And the losses for older adults 60 and older rose 43% from the year before, with the majority of those losses in identity theft, where the average loss there was $34,000 per person. Now, this year so far, from January to March 2025, there have already been about 60,000 reports of fraud amongst 60 and older. Now remember, this is just the number that's been reported. A lot of older adults, well, a good majority, I should say, I don't know if it's a lot, but a good majority of older adults don't report it at all because they're embarrassed, they're ashamed that they got taken. So the number is surely higher than 60,000. Of course, no one wants to be part of that statistic. That is not a club you want to belong to. So today I'm going to give you 7 tips on how you can keep yourself safe and how you can help to keep your senior loved ones safe. The very first tip I have to give you is a pretty common one you probably heard 1,000 times. Use strong, unique passwords. I know it's very easy. A lot of my, I'll get a code or something from a friend of mine to help them with something online. And they'll give me a code like, their name followed by 1, 2, 3. Or their name and the @ symbol 1, 2, 3, or something ridiculous. Or they'll use their house number or their birth date. All of that information can easily be found online. So don't use anything that can be found online that associated with you. So that includes your house number, even your license plate. I don't actually know if that can be easily found online, but I wouldn't be surprised. Your previous house numbers, birth dates of close friends, your dog's name that maybe you posted out on Instagram or Facebook or at some point or another. Don't use any of that. You use a password manager like 1Password or Bitwarden, or there's so many online password managers that you can look up, and they help you create and store very complex credentials. One thing that you can also think about is putting in a sentence as a password. The sentence could be, something like going to the grocery store for apples, or anything that you can remember. It has to be one. If you can remember it, even better. But most of us can't remember them, or we have so many passwords we can't remember, and you don't want to use the same password for multiple places. So that's where a password manager is extremely helpful. Yes, it's great to have a password book where you put everything in your book, but that works great if you're at home, and unless you're carrying that book around with you. But if you're at home and you're working on your desktop, but most of us nowadays are using our smartphones, and you need your passwords on your smartphone or any other devices that are not near your password book. So that's where an online password manager Works out really, really well. Pause. Tip number 2. Pause before you click on any link or attachment or anything. And I don't even say pause. I would just say don't. Don't click on attachment. Don't click on a forwarded email. And don't click on any links that come on emails. Even if the email looks like it's legit, like it's coming from your bank or your broker or your doctor or chiropractor or insurance agent, if it looks legit, it doesn't matter. Go to that website, go to your portal, go to your account, dashboard, whatever, and look for that information there. If you can't find anything, then call them and find out if they've emailed you something that you need to look at, a document or anything like that. Because a lot of times scammers can find out who you're working with, who you're associated with, and they can send you emails that look very legit. But when you click on that link, it can easily send information to them without you even knowing it. And worst of all is if you go to a link, if you do happen to click on a link and it asks you for information like your account number or name or anything at all, if it's asking you for information, then it doesn't know you. And if it doesn't know you, then it's not legit. So just don't click on anything. And don't click on forwarded emails, because a lot of forwarded emails have a spam, have a bad cookie associated with it. They can have a virus attached to it. It doesn't make sense to look at that latest joke or whatever. If it's really that important, that person will contact you, or you can contact them and say, hey, what was it that you sent me? I didn't want to open up a forwarded email, and hopefully they'll stop sending those kinds of emails out, because those can be very, very dangerous. Tip number 3, be very cautious about what you share online, and that's where I come in with the forwarding email. So a lot of people I notice, especially my older friends and older relatives, they'll find something on Facebook or on Instagram and they'll forward it to me. I never open those things ever. I know it might be a funny thing or it might be a great video. I have no idea, but it's not worth it because I don't know where they're sending it to me from. They could be sending it to me from their email, which could have been a virus that is now on their computer, and now they're forwarding it to my computer. So delete it. What I like about Gmail and a lot of email programs is you can see where the email is coming from, and then you can expand the screen to see the preview text, and that can give you an idea of what is in that email. But even so, if it's forwarded, just don't open it. It's just not worth it. Contact the person to find out what the scoop is about what they sent you, if you feel it's worth it. Unless they send you 30, 40 of those a day, like I get some of those, and I guess the best thing to do is to block them. I don't know. Okay, tip number 4. When you shop only on secure websites. It's so tempting sometimes to go online and to find that great piece of furniture or art or jewelry or whatever that you've been looking for, and here it is, it's on there, but you've never heard of the store. And there's gazillions of stores online, but they're not necessarily secure. You always want to make sure, at the very least, that the website address at the very top of your screen starts off with HTTPS, not HTTP, just one P, just HTTP, or nothing at all. Do not click on that. It's not a secure site. Most likely it's not a secure site. So there's no point in buying it from there. That's why I think so many people shop on Amazon or Wayfair, because those two companies have been around forever. Lowe's or Home Depot, or Walmart, any of those companies have been around for a very long time. They're as secure as you can be online. So a lot of shopping is done at those places versus smaller sites, unless the smaller sites, then have these emblems of extra protection. But even so, anybody can copy and paste an emblem and put it on their website, so you're not 100% sure that that's secure. So yes, unfortunately, it's just so easy to get taken. For small companies, small e-commerce sites, it's very hard for them to push their product. I get it. But if you want to stay as safe as possible, shop places where you know, Walmart, Target, Amazon, Lowe's, Home Depot, those kinds of places. All right. Watch for, especially when you're older, I have been getting so many of these lately, and now that I'm in my late 60s, I get so much mail and email and phone calls and texts, Medicare, government, IRS, Social Security, all kinds of everything, asking for my information or wanting to give me information, asking me to contact them, and back and forth. So all I do is when I get a notice, even from my healthcare provider, I'll get a notice. I will go online. I'll go to my dashboard for that company or service. I'll go to the portal, and I will look to see if there's any messages or documents that have to be read, anything like that. I don't answer emails or phone calls from anybody or anything that says that they are from these entities, because more than likely they're really not, because they hardly ever contact you by phone anymore. It's almost always through a message on your portal, and then you'll get a notice on your email saying there's a message on your portal. Go to that or dashboard. Okay, number 6, tip number 6. Keep your software and your computer drivers up to date. If you don't quite know how to do that, get someone younger in the neighborhood or get someone in your computer club or anyone else who can do that for you on a regular basis. I would say twice a year at the very least. Make it every January, every June, July. Have them come and have them check out your computer. It's a piece of equipment, just like anything else is a piece of equipment. You maintain your fireplace, you maintain your roof, you maintain hopefully the appliances in your home, your washer, dryer, all of that. You maintain your yard. Your computer is yet another tool that has to be maintained. And by keeping it up to date, by keeping the drivers up to date, the software up to date, it's less likely that you'll be attacked by a scammer. The majority of scams, I think, I don't have any facts on it, but from what I've read in the past, the majority of scams do come in, viruses, do come into your computer via old, outdated software and programs. So make sure you get that done. And the very last tip number 7, is when something seems suspicious, when you're just not sure, when your gut is telling you, I don't know if I should press that button, or I don't know if I should give out this information, then don't. Absolutely do not hang up, call back, don't answer the email, don't answer the text, whatever. Get some help. Call a neighbor, call your nephew, uncle, son, daughter, I don't know, whomever it is that you trust with online info, and have them check it out for you. I think it's the smartest thing to do, because sometimes all it takes is one click to lose thousands and thousands of dollars that you've worked so hard to save and that you need. We all know as we grow older, it takes a lot of money to grow old. So you want to save as much of that as possible. So I really hope that these 7 tips will help you to stay as safe as possible. Make sure, again, just to reiterate, make sure to use online password managers. There's many of them online. We even have some recommendations on our website at seniorsafetyadvice.com. Just go there, type in password manager in the search box, and you'll find several articles on that topic. Use antivirus software on your computers. Norton, McAfee, Avast, there's a lot of them out there. And look at browser extensions. Your browser would be Google or Firefox or Brave or DuckDuckGo, any of those. And always use two-factor authentication. Although these days, even two-factor authentication are getting broken by scammers, I mean. So they are able to now, some of them, maybe not all, but are able to break that up. So they're always coming up with brand new ways to fight these, the fraud and scam. And that's why software, and that's why things are constantly changing. And that's why they recommend that you change your passwords. Even if you have a really super strong password, you should try to change them at least twice a year. At least twice a year. Yeah, if you can do it, if you can only do it once a year, then do it once a year. But you want to do it on a regular basis. And if you have as many sites, as many sites as I do to maintain, what I do is I break them up. So I'll do 10 in January, another 10 in February, and so on. So yeah, it means that I have to keep a log of what I did and what I didn't do. But it's worth it to change it. Some password managers may alert you that it's time to change your password. So you want to look for the kinds of features and services that can give you, or use an Alexa device to remind you. Alexa, remind me to change the password on such and such, or even a group, if you group them, on group 2 in 3 months or something like that. It could certainly do that for you if you tend to use an Alexa device at home, which I always recommend Alexa. I do love that device. All right. I hope that these help you very much. I think that they're worthwhile to do. It's maintenance like anything else. In life, we maintain ourselves, we maintain our homes, our environment. So why not maintain the tools on the computer that we use that can help us so much with so many things? All right, you take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time. Take care.
That's it for today's episode of the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, helping you and your loved ones stay safe, independent, and informed. If you found this episode helpful, be sure to subscribe and share it with others who could benefit. For more expert tips and resources, visit seniorsafetyadvice.com. And remember, staying safe starts with staying informed. Until next time, take care and stay safe.